It's just was Friday, December 13th. Friday the 13th. I'll tell you, baby. I was definitely finna post the day a witch was born, a self-proclaiming female devil, and but she's no longer here. But anyway, skim on past that. That's truly how I feel, and that's what's on my mind. Because she was actually born on Friday the 13th as well, and so much stuff manifested, like so much hell manifested through her bloodline. Anyways, had some dreams with my sons in it today. And one of them was telling me and showing me a pair of pants that he was wearing. Big, it was like a big pair of pants. I was asking, "Do you have some clothes and stuff?" And he was showing me a big pair of pants. My youngest son was telling me how he met and talked to somebody. He met somebody, I guess, at school or whatever, and it was a female. And I was kind of trying to shut him down, like, "Oh, I don't care about that," or "I don't want to hear about that," or something. And then I had to like pipe down and try to allow myself to listen. But I miss my sons. I miss my children, period. I'm trying to reach out to my daughter. She ain't saying nothing this morning. Cause I'm trying to see how her day went yesterday. Like, what the heck was going on? Other than that, I'm just up thinking about how it's 8:55. So basically, two hours before I'm supposed to check out from here. I'm just going. At this point, I'm just gonna go next door, sit with the guy for a while, and I hope something come through. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna happen for me. But I don't think it's fair. I still want people held accountable because you separated me from my children, and I received calls back for a place for me and my children. So it's like the help you try to so-called give me, and that's what I'm leading to. The help you try to so-called give me, it still counteracted itself. So it's like I could be thankful that yeah, I'm not out on the street, and I'm not gonna say as of yet because it feels like I'm about to be. But I can also say, you know, I was making my way. I was making my way. I just asked for help, the form of help. Then that's what he said. You want help the way you want. I do. I know what's best. I know what's going on over here. So what's the problem? Duh. So, anyways, so just saying, oh, just kept saying this person I talked to last night, and I don't want to talk to this person ever again. I've been saying that probably shouldn't have talked to the person because it just makes my day go bad or the rest of my night or whatever. But yeah, I wanna definitely stick to it this time. I don't want them having access to me. I still don't want them having access to my children. I just really don't. I don't want none of them having access to my children. I want my children to follow my instructions and tread very lightly when it comes to them folks. But I'm supposed to have needed help. Again, had no pride about reaching out and asking for help when something arose. So basically, this is the same help that I was asking for years ago when I was still involved with Dude. And I was like, can you help me? It could have helped be easy on the pockets, this, and the third. But everybody was concerned about me and him being together. Me and him being together. They were so concerned. So they didn't want to help. But now on this end, you're still giving you giving the help that should have came on what I feel like should have came on the front end while we were still together. Even though he was doing whatever, I was still gonna be smart in the relationship. I'm not saying that some things couldn't have happened, couldn't have tripped me up, but so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking for help then to kind of make it easy on his pockets because at the time I had that at least a little bit of faith. I didn't have a lot, but I had a little bit of faith in what was going on. So all of that led to, and I'm talking about go back to 2014, 2015, right before I got pregnant with my son, my second son. I've been asking for help. I've been pretty much quietly and silently doing it in 2014. But then 2015, I was like, I need help. And then I just kept getting told this, that, and the third. And you know what I'm saying? And so now all of a sudden, now y'all decided the help that I was asking for, y'all just didn't want to help me in the situation that I was in. And now you're still helping on the other end because you went to him. So it's like it's controlling. It just gives controlling. Oh, because we can't control it. We're gonna control basically whether or not they together. Basically my money, my resources are not going to help them to stay together. So you want me and my children separated, a different household, and then you pretty much wanted the male out the household. You know, at the beginning it was they didn't want him there. Then it was me and my kids, and then now it's now you want the children separated, and basically you just want to control my children. You just want them, like, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to jump over your living children who are still alive and well to try to tend to your grandchildren just because it makes you feel good. That's But I'm not gonna go too deep on it because I don't feel like talking about the shenanigans today because I don't know what's gonna happen, what's going on. I've had dreams too this morning that I got a new key card and all of this, or a different key card, and key something was changed out. So I don't know if they got to do with a room. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but to God be all the glory anyway. I'm not really able to smile right now because, like I said, when I talk to that person, that makes my whole day. That tries to redirect my whole life, to be honest. Like, somebody that can have that type of effect on you and you don't like that person, you don't get along with that person, that's not healthy. I don't want no relationship, no type of relationship with him. I don't have no any respect for him. He got pissed off when I said that, and I'm just like, the disrespect came from you first, in that you're trying to manipulate. You're trying to manipulate and control. You're not trying to parent in a healthy way. You're being toxic. And then the one that's working and teaming up with him, I don't have no respect. I lost my respect for this person because, for one, the abortion thing a long time ago. So I definitely lost my respect. And then the other part, now you just trying to put your hands in my affairs with my children. You know, I wish God would flip this whole thing on its head as far as, quickly turn the tables and things like that. But I just pray and let it be done according to God's will. I always want the best for my children. But the best for my children is not them being separated and alienated from me. It's really not. The state even allow you to see your kids and stuff like that. If they was to take my children, I would still be able to interact. I might not be able to do it when I want to and how I want to. So this whole thing is just how you got a Honda C7 and it's beyond weird. I always say that. I've been saying weird for the longest now. These people been weird. It's just been weird. It stinks. It's foul. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it, of course. People are forgiven. I even forgive that monstrous person once again. But I don't want that person restored to my life. I don't want no access. I want the access denied regarding my children. I don't want this. I'm submitting this to God. I'm asking you, Lord, keep that person away from my children. And really the other one too. But I just kind of ask that God gradually remove that person. I mean, if it needs to happen sooner, sooner. But I want y'all out of my affairs. And yeah, the fact that I don't like the guy anymore, it would have evidently it would have came with time had they just, oh, let's invest now, let's make sure, we doing our part to help her while she's in a difficult situation. But no. But I don't like him. I don't want nothing to do with him, of course. But I love my children. And yeah, and just having them, that was like one of the first times I had them in my dreams. Like, I had my son, I had both of them probably in my dreams like once, maybe twice when this first happened, but barely. But that's the first time me seeing them in my dreams and talking to them. I miss my son. I miss my sons. I cried about my daughter when she was gone. I cried so many tears when she was separated, excuse me. But she's not gone. Oh, God. This made an already difficult situation harder and worse. But God is the one that has comforted me. Like, literally, just comforted me, played with me. I'm talking about in a playful way. Like, a way that I can still just smile. In a sense, I have been strong, but I ain't been that strong. I'm trying to fix this, but I ain't been that strong. It's just been the power of God. It's been the presence of God that's been keeping me. I would have been weak. I would have been so broken. I would have been what they wanted me to be, suicidal, all type of stuff, what they claimed me to be. They claimed I was going to kill people that took my kids. Yeah, I do want y'all to fall over and die at this point. Because y'all interfered with something that's so special, so holy, so righteous. I was training my children up. They well behaved. Y'all just want to get y'all messy, meddlesome hands in there and mess some more younger generations up. You can't leave well enough alone. Your feelings and stuff made you feel desperate. Your feelings of feeling left out made you feel desperate. But then you'll throw it at me. Oh, you're just mad because you're not in total control and you don't. I ain't never been in total control. God is in control. I ain't never. If my kids was right there under the same roof, I'm still concerned about them sleeping at night. I just know who to go to. And I still know who to go to. But just seeing them in my dreams and everything else manifest and come in this, whether it's ugly or whether it's in between, rarely anything good and amazing like I wanted. And then it's so funny because the good and amazing that I have wanted, I was thinking to myself last night, if that was right here in front of me, it just still is nothing. With the way I was feeling last night after talking to that person, oh my goodness. And just probably coupled with the fact that I've been away from my children and it's kind of like catching up with me. Yeah, today. Again, this day is very insignificant to me. Because even though my children came down through a bloodline of, now these people are deceased, they don't get no credit. And just showed their nasty, foul ways when they was alive. And it was just wild, man. Oh my goodness. I tried to include people in a healthy way. I did. I did. So I just pray to God don't continue to allow, like, literally just disallow them to try to exclude me. I really think it's more they feel like I'm excluded because God always got me in the mess. But I want God to show them, y'all not running anything. That's where I'm at right now. But, um, yeah, because it's trying to bring about hatred towards them, and it's like it's the spirits that's behind and operating. It's not flesh and blood, even though it's operating in flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? It's the spirits, and it's just like, why are y'all allowing yourself to be possessed by that? But anyway, none of my business, neither here nor there, because if you want your deliverance or if you want your salvation, because some people need salvation, some people don't just need deliverance. At this point, they all looking the same to me. The ones that did get saved and do certain stuff and try to get it together. Yeah, it seemed like um they all running in the same. But I haven't even really shed tears like that, and then because I don't really want to shed no tears in the first place, because tears usually come with grief, and it's like, I'm not grieving my children. My daughter's still alive. My son's still alive. I'm still a parent, just because I'm physically not with them. But I do ask it, just as I seen my boys speaking to me in the dream and I was talking to them. I just ask God to speak to them, pour into their spirit, empower them, help them definitely not fall for the, let them be smarter and wiser than me. They don't need to fall for the BS and the lies, that people may be telling them. Continue to have a hedge of protection around them. Ask God to have a hedge of protection around me today as I continue on with this day. Keep me in a bubble, a safe bubble, protected bubble. If I end up down the hall and go, to the guy down the hall, down, across the way, I don't really much like him nor care for him like that. I just know that I want somewhere where I'm a little comfortable at. And, all I can say is if God allowed this, then God went ahead of me to go ahead and clear the way and clear the path. Because me and this guy, we don't be agreeing on stuff, and I just don't like being in those type of environments. I was in that with an elderly person before when my now deceased grandma was living, and I used to go over there in her space, and she just used to grunt and get angry and stuff, and we all human, so I get it. I get upset too, but it wasn't with I didn't try to make somebody feel uncomfortable to the point where, they just want to leave or whatever. But when it's time, it's time. But and that's why, like with her, when she was there with me, it was respectful. I was just like, Grandma, by this time, you should be finding something that's done the third. And I think she did. I was appreciative. It was always on a respectful level. I don't go around just they claim I'm disrespectful because I can speak up for myself, because I know how to, because I don't have to agree with you. That's called disrespect. It just be weird to me. They mislabel everything. And I just sometimes sit back and listen, and I don't like hearing that stuff because I don't like hearing their voices at this point and what they got to say. It's like what you're saying, how you saying it, and who said it, and how it sounds. Everything about it is just disgusting because it's just coming from a foul place. It's not coming from a place of wisdom. It's not coming from a place of love. I can't stand when I hear somebody say, "Oh, I love you." You could have showed it better. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: I showed y'all better than I could tell y'all. I didn't want nothing to do with y'all. If you take that as hatred, that's your issue. That's not hatred. That's I don't want anything to do with y'all. Y'all messy. Y'all I can run down the list. But baby, just praying for that. Those that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Cause man, just seeing my sons this morning in my dreams, recent dream, and they was talking to me and communicating. And I want to talk to them, communicate, and do that. I would be all right with that over the phone. But Lord knows, I want to touch my children, hug my children. When I spoke that to somebody and they didn't make no moves towards that, just got quiet. It's either one or two things. You playing or you playing. You praying about it or you plotting. It seemed more that you're plotting because I kept saying it. But long as you, oh, so mess around. Of course, somebody gonna play with y'all kids like that, and I don't like that for them, and I don't want that for them. But also at this point, maybe it'll just be your kids playing with you like that. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe the kids that you really trust and put up on I ain't gonna say a pedestal, but maybe some of your golden children or your children that was born in the wedlock. You never know. Maybe that's what you do. But mishandling me and all of this stuff, and then of course the disgusting part of my daughter's so-called dad trying to get in the mix like you just want to be included. Go to your people. Go back to where you from. Furthermore, but go over there and with your people and sit over there with them. I'm so sick of that. Where did I put my? I was gonna put my license here. Yeah, I just asked God to go ahead and make straight my paths and make the crooked way straight. And just for again, just put me in a protective bubble if I gotta be in this other room with this man. And he wanted to hang out and stuff like that. And I don't mind. I've been out with him. So again, that's part of going ahead. And like the first day that I got here, I think if I'm not mistaken, that's when he spoke to me. So seed's been planted whole time. He likes company. That's cool. But mm, I had other dreams, like I said, with people with stuff going on. But I don't see, and I don't know how it'll manifest. I'm just like the rest of it done manifested, so bring it on. And they know I'm good for not talking to them, not letting them know my moves. No, you don't tell your left hand what your right hand doing, but you also don't be sitting around plotting and planning. You don't got to do all of that. I'm talking about in a diabolical way. Of course, you need to make plans. Of course, you need to, what I'm saying, maneuver and try to keep yourself above water and better out of the water, especially out of hot water. And that's another thing, 'cause they claim I burnt bridges. I don't care about y'all's bridges that y'all put or build. I do not care. I do not care. If the bridge is not built by God, I do not care. It's not sturdy, it's not stable. It's built on something else. So, but it's just one thing. It's something when I just feel like I don't care about your resources or what you think you got. You ain't gonna never hold that over my head. Why you think for the past 5 years I ain't been saying nothing to you? Because I'm not trying to utilize your resources. I'm gonna utilize the God I serve, the resources that He allowed me access to. I sure will. So to God be all the glory. But I did. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to tell him, give him a piece of my mind and stuff like that. But of course, he listened for a few short minutes, and then he got to say something back. And he responds with such a mocking tongue. And somebody told me before that he had a double tongue, basically a serpent tongue. I just, oh Lord, God knows I've been feeling like I can't wait till that's dealt with, till that's just handled completely and totally, you know. But anyway, trying to make sure I ain't got nothing left in these beds and stuff, or just anywhere for that matter. I'm trying to at least take the trash out, and I'm trying to sit over here for a while until I'm not trying to go to them to over there with him until I feel like I absolutely have to. So, but I'll probably be in silence. I ain't really been watching TV much since I've been in here. The TV been on. The TV been watching me. That stuff that's not important to me. Now I watch my YouTube, and of course I upload my YouTube videos. And I went back to some of my old videos because of course I'm making them public. That's my thing I'm doing now. Um, but yeah. I had my. I thought I had both pairs of socks. I mean both socks. But God knows the type of mother I am, the type of parent I am. He knows my intentions as well as the actions that I had. No, it wasn't meant to do by myself, but I was trying to do it, and I knew that God was with me, and I know that God is with me. And I know that God is with my children as well. But just like He told me in 2020, I got your kids. And I'm like, okay. Even though they was at a physical location, God said, I got your kids. And I was like, okay. Came out, yeah. Yeah, two of them came. Two of them came home with me. The third one stayed elsewhere, you know. And I wish she would have came back home and just stayed until the timing of such and such or whatever. But God allowed it for a reason. I'm all for responsibility, full responsibility going on a so-called dad because it always have been on the, seemingly been on the mom. And the dads could just disappear and do whatever and do this, that, and the third, which that happened in my situation where he just abandoned my kids and he went laid up with whoever. I have the dreams where he was just sitting in there thinking that because he was elsewhere, he was better than me. It's like you're in competition. We got children together or by one another. You think it's a competition? And I never felt like that towards him. I'm not competing with you. I played around with him and stuff like that because I already been in another situation where I had a child. So I did play around with him. Honey, he went very much harder. He did more than play. He actually made it stick. Now, when he was in environments, I don't know what all he did, and I don't care because it was dreams where it was like, oh, I don't have sex with her that much. I don't care. It's not even necessarily about the sex. It's about the overall situation. It's the principle that you go too far. Don't nobody know that that's why that's a main reason why I don't want to deal with him anymore. You take it too far. You take it too far because when I end up in handcuffs and in a suicide watch jail cell behind your shenanigans, and you know what's going on, and but you want to try to run with, oh, she's stalking me, she this that, and third. Another dude did that with me. Oh, she did this to me. Just maybe in a moment when it's empty, but then after that in my face, I know you ain't do that to me. But why you didn't say that in front of the other people? That's why I just be like, I had all I can have with y'all. That's my problem. I ran into certain type of dudes. I won't call them necessarily the worst. I just had some of the bad situations arise. I'll just say, you know, my interactions with them was just showing that we wasn't as compatible as we thought or felt. And of course, sex was a factor that made us feel like. But in other cases, and like the last involvement I was in, he was about depriving me on a regular basis. But at the same time, we had sex, of course, but it was not consensual oftentimes. And then other than that, he was depriving me. So either way it goes, it was like it's something that's trying to be set up to not satisfy me. I was still getting a little satisfaction, but not really. You know what I'm saying? But it was different with him. I was literally staying prayed up, enjoying my life until I had some happiness and bouts of happiness, and I was learning from him, and I was maturing with him until he just said, but it's certain stuff that he had already told me. He was like, I don't want to raise my children with no woman. You shouldn't have had him by. I feel like you shouldn't have had him by a woman. Go try to have him by a man if that's what you're saying, or try to have him by yourself. So that's the part where I don't like him, and I don't want nothing to do with him. I want him removed because that's sick. That's unhealthy. That's not natural affection. You should always have some type of desire for them children to interact with their mom as long as she's alive and well. That's crazy. That's deep and crazy. So he told me that a long time ago, but I just kind of looked at him sideways like, what is he talking about? I couldn't comprehend it. I couldn't understand. What does he mean? And I kind of got stuck at those places. And then he was abusing me and stuff behind closed doors, verbal abuse and this, that, verbal abuse, sexual assault, all that. I was trying to cope with that and trying to understand him and trying to raise my children. So people don't come to me and say, well, dang, I mean, of course you can't say, how could we have helped now? But I was asking for help. Some of them was silent cries, but some of them was just outright, oh, he did this to me. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not asking you to kick his ass and do this. I mean, but if you want to, but really, that's not what's gonna resolve. Really, I need prayer. I need, you know what I'm saying? I needed prayer. I needed, that support. Like, if he doing that to her, then there's other ways he's abusive. So I was telling them, and I was keeping them updated and informed. Well, I was keeping somewhat, you know what I'm saying? But I'm grown, so it's like I don't gotta tell y'all every single detail. Y'all should trust that. Okay, something either gonna come out. My daughter's so-called dad was trying to make stuff come out and talking to people like that's gonna get you some cool points with folks. Boy, are you stupid? I mean, I don't even know why I asked that anymore. Cause walking idiot. He got so offended when I said that, and I said, y'all acting like some idiots. That's all I said. Like, he got so he felt so offended. And yeah, and that's another thing. I just gotta protect me because his immune system, he done got sick and I don't know, got the flu, whatever. I need some wipes, stuff there. I need some wipes but and of course I prefer to be in this room by myself and stuff like that. And because I love talking to God, I love being able to do my videos in private and in person. I mean, in private, and just that's helpful. Now my views going up. Yeah, kind of slow, but I hope God, baby, let God catapult them bad boys. That's why I'm making them all public. As much as some of it might embarrass me and this, that, and third, I'm making it public. But I'll either go in the bathroom or something like that, or I don't know. I don't know. That's just my plans because I don't even know what's gonna happen. The man definitely been asking me to stay for so long, and the way it's set up, the fact that he is at this location, and I met that person who is not here short term. He gonna be here for a while or whatever. It's just like, oh, okay, it's giving some. I just be wanting people to take a chance on me. One guy, he took a chance on me in a sense. He still was trying to let me keep track of where I invested. I get it. He's still trying to do that, trust me. But he you know what I'm saying? And I appreciated that. And I hope he feels appreciated back. Even though I told him I was gonna get him on the back end and I didn't do everything, but I did some. I got you know what I'm saying, got you a couple things, this and third, but also, you know, he had somewhere to lay his head when he came down here. We spent time. Hey, you could compensate me for my time. Used to think it had to be something like dirty and filthy or whatever. And it almost gives escort type, but I'm not doing nothing sexual with these men. I'm not none of that. I'm not even hugging, touching. Now I hugged one of them I hugged the dude when he was getting ready to leave, and just for safe travels, and because I enjoyed his company, but I'm not kissing on, hugging on, sex, and it feels amazing, and I thank God for that, because I literally thought it's gonna have to be that, it's gonna have to lead to that. And I feel like, and I'm a woman I'm about my business, but I'm not built. I know I'm not built for that lifestyle. I don't want to. And the ones that's in it, I know they're not built for that because that's not what we was designed for. But it almost seemed like I might as well be doing this. Shoot, I enjoy this. I enjoy men. I don't want no dirty, stinky funk man on me. And I don't want no, you know what I'm saying? You don't want no serial killer. You don't want this, that, and the third, whatever. But might as well. But it didn't come to that. And I hope it never comes to that because I don't want to open those doors either and think my children think that they got to do that and be, out here. And especially given that the so-called dad, anyway, he already put himself out there like that. Well, somebody else put him out there like that. He didn't really put himself out there. Somebody else had him out here selling DIQUE, and and laying up and whatever, lay for pay. I'm not knocking him, not judging him. I joked around. I tried to joke around with him a little bit about it or whatever, but that shit ain't funny. That's some real stuff that when people really got to do. Now I know, you know what I'm saying? I ain't laughing at nobody that's got to do that. Now, somebody that done pissed me off and they felt, and you know what I'm saying, they was in that lifestyle, and I might be laughing at you because, but that stuff is not funny. That ain't no joke. If you really, that's really how you out here having to get, feeling like you, that's how you got to get your money. It's not a game. And I'm saying that too with just sitting around in the presence of somebody that I don't even really, I'm not fond of. And that's strenuous. So I can't imagine. But the one thing about even though still, one thing about the sex, you get it done, get it over, and you're done, get your money, and you go. But the other lingering effects and the other lingering spiritual aspects of it. Oh, Lord. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, we thank you, Father God. Hallelujah. Ha si anda si soranaha isa sa isa saranaha isa yaranaha. Yep. Gotta leave God in the midst. Got to. Yekayi taranaha isha yaranaha. Anyways, I packed up all my bags. I'm gonna try to take this trash and stuff out. I should do a video while I'm walking out. I don't know if my key card's gonna work anymore. I don't know. It felt amazing to tell this person, take your money and shove it. You know what you could do with it. Because I do not care about that. I used to care about trying to get closer and have a relationship. Once I see you just keep on thinking that I'm going to stroke your ego, I'm not. You think I'm going to jump and bend over backwards and jump through? I'm not. And of course, as long as I got my own resource, but even still, as long as God allowed me not to interact with you, I'm not. And I just should, that's my problem. I should have kept it that way. In October, when he called and said, yeah, I'm just trying to reconnect, I just should not have called back. Because even then, it started some wheels turning. He started calling non-emergency numbers, started doing weird stuff. Weird stuff. And then, of course, God knows all the people that was on the outskirts looking in who reported to certain people. Y'all so hung up on my life. Y'all can't even live your own life. Y'all so hung up on not missing anything. I'm not worrying about missing out on anything about y'all life. Don't care. If I'm right there near you and I feel like I gotta watch you or keep an eye, observe, that's one thing. I just got quiet because I'm trying to see what was going on, but the fact that I should shed tears this morning and I haven't, that's the first time I really much cried regarding being away from my sons. I did when I first got in here, and I'm now, that I'm leaving out. And then I'm trying to think when I was in that place, did I? I don't know. I think I probably did cry, but man, I love my children. It's like God, you allowed me to raise these children, and I've been raising them well. I think I've been making God proud, and and then you allow just for somebody to come in and try to mess over that, and try to cause chaos and confusion. And yeah, I want my children to develop some faith muscles and things like that, and know who to turn to during if tough times arise. I do. So definitely, I was trying to protect them from tough times arising, but a tough time arose with me. So but I don't think I'm not convinced that I have to be alienated from my children for that to happen. But it's like they love doing that. Just the same, similar as the person enjoyed hugging my neck to make sure that I aborted a child that would have been 19 or 20 today. 19, I said something like that. Yeah, 19, maybe pushing 20, something like that. But anyway, and my daughter was like, Mom, I wish you would have had that baby. I want an older sibling. Girl, I feel like I didn't want to be the oldest after there was certain stuff that they tried to put on me. But baby, it's an honor to be the oldest, and it's a good thing. You can, especially when you keep God in the midst. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna let them do this trash and stuff. But else I'm take the rest of my food and stuff that I do have down there to the guy. Let him have some stuff in the freezer, refrigerator, whatever. I had a hamburger last night that I didn't even eat. I didn't even, because I just was so. After that time, when somebody make me feel like I lose my appetite, that's back to them days when I used to be so upset, so bitter, so and probably mad because I couldn't control the situation, but I also didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that my interaction with those people, my peers, was so energy draining. This dude said I was gonna drive myself crazy, and that let me know, no, you're trying to drive me crazy off the deep end. Oh, because you're already probably driven past crazy. Just go ahead and dive off. Just go ahead and do it. I just a lifter in my head. Yes, I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help come from the Lord. I'm glad that. And then it's the way this guy messaged me back yesterday, like in the nick of time, seemingly. But you know, this could just be, of course, I had already mentioned, I'm just in transition. This could just be another little step or stepping stone or whatever the case may be in whatever it is God has for me. And I wish I could be more certain in that because I'm saying could be instead of it is. But the way this stuff been looking, I've had doubt. So I'm going to sit here, I'm not going to sit here in front and act like I haven't. I have had doubts. I started to doubt. I just started to doubt. I don't know necessarily doubting God, but I just started to doubt. I guess that's it for this video. It's almost 40 minutes long. It's like I'm trying to wait. I'm off from around these ugly people, but then I'm like seemingly back around these people. And I say seemingly because I'm not back around them. It's just my children, and it's like I guess they think, oh, she gonna have to go through us too. A part of me wish, I wish he would play with them like he played with me. But he won't. He don't. He's not doing that. Or I'm not saying that he ain't doing nothing because if I know him and he ain't changed and he sat there and lied on me, he's going to lie real bad. And just the fact that these people came into agreement with what was on IVCs and stuff, like literally what was said, y'all, seemingly that's haterism at its finest. Y'all want that for my life. Well, if she ain't, we gonna make her. We gonna label that. We gonna come into agreement with the one who said it on her. Sure thing. I don't never say too much. All praises to the Most High God, but that's how I'm feeling. All praises to the Most High God, the true and living God. Mm, 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 mm. All praises, because God is good. God is good. I know people want to say all the time and all the time God is good, but not for real. God is good, and God is on the throne. Some other things are going on, of course, in the world, current events and stuff like that. UHC and all that. And that's another thing. I'm like, I don't want to debate nobody about what's going on with that because I don't know the details. I wasn't there. I know they talking about a printed gun and this, that, and third, but I don't know the details. But I know that my stuff has been impacted by that too. So, and then the other stuff that's going on, what is it, Damascus, Syria, people getting approached in London because they pick a side, it's wild out here. So I know it ain't just my life being affected and stuff going on. I know. God knows the overall pieces to the puzzle. But I speak healing over myself, wellness, joy, prosperity, youth restored. Definitely parents, still a mother. Still a mother to the fullest. Trusting that God protect and watch over all three of my children today. Important to them. Hoping to hear from my daughter though for sure. But I'll be back sooner or later.